Hi, the message today that I'm getting is that somebody can't let go of you, okay? But also they can't make a decision. What I feel today, what I'm hearing today for you is that they're not making a decision because they're nervous about other people around them or possibly around you. Okay, that's the overwhelming block that I'm channeling today. They love you, they miss you, they want you, okay? But the block is other people, possibly other people's beliefs and opinions. Like your person is trying to keep the peace, okay? They don't want to upset the apple cart. So I'm going to go into that for you in more depth. We'll see what's going on in this person's environment, okay? And also other people's opinions I'm going to look at today and see what's really going on, because I feel that is the block, okay? It's not that they don't love you or that they don't miss you. Have they hurt you so badly that possibly people around you won't accept if you reconcile? Okay, so we'll go into that today, but I'll just give these a shuffle and I hope you're okay, I hope you're well, wherever you are, whatever you're doing today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support, your likes, and also all your comments. I do read all of them and I send you my love. Okay, if you'd like a reading, just click on the title of this video. The links are in the description box, okay? And everything's on the website, so go check it out. And also check out the free relationship report as well. Okay, let's see what the tea is. Let's see. They did something. They did something to you that people connected into you won't be happy about. But also they lied to the people connecting into them. Oh dear. Oh dear. Arguments, at war, competing. Okay, yeah. They're frightened of the fallout. So you reconcile and they're frightened that there's going to be fights. They're frightened that people connected into them aren't going to speak to them, okay? And they are also very nervous about the people surrounding you who aren't going to be very happy. Very common this is, you know. Even if it wasn't a particularly toxic relationship, okay. Unfortunately, this happens a lot. So you separate and people take sides, okay. They take sides. That's why sometimes, I don't know, you've probably heard this before, sometimes, you know, with your arguments and your separation, unless it's toxic, that's different. Totally different ball game. Okay, I'll put that out there now, that's different. But it's best to keep things to yourselves. But what we do, you know, and I think we're all guilty of it, you know, to a certain extent, is when we separate, we almost want to justify the separation, or we will want somebody else's support or need someone else's support, okay? But the thing is, people will only ever give you advice based on their own perceptions of reality. So their own thoughts on things will always be from what they've experienced. So then, like for example, this person, your person, they want to come back in, they really can't let go of you, they don't want to let go of you, but I'm just hearing they know life is ticking. I just heard that they know life is ticking and they need to make that step. It's driving them mad. I do feel your ex is going slightly crazy at the moment. Okay, they'll come forward. Before I even pull any cards or even get my tarot deck out, this person will come forward, because I'm hearing that they will get to a point where they don't care, okay? That they don't care. They will just come in, all right? Yeah, there is somebody, again, you've got you, okay, there's you, there's your person, and there's someone in this energy circle of people around you who feels that someone is abusive. Now that's a very, very clear message. Okay, and also with this card, I'm going to say it because it's out and it's a very specific deck, this. There is somebody specifically who doesn't want you to get back together. Okay, female energy. There's a female who doesn't want you to get back together. Now, you could have had arguments with this person in the past whilst you were together. If not arguments, you never felt that they had a good energy, that they didn't have your best interests at heart. Okay, yes, oh my gosh. Your ex has had to kiss somebody's ass. Now, that is a blunt message. So what I'm hearing to say to you is there's somebody around them that they can't upset for whatever reason. Are they dependent on them? Do they need their money? Do they need a roof over their head? Are they employing them? Okay, but they are frightened of upsetting this particular person. Very clear, very, very clear today. Let me just clarify that one for a second. Okay, specifically, very specific, these two cards, talking, whatever, and bankrupt. What I'm getting from that is your ex, going back to what I've just said, is specifically worried that if they reconcile with you, okay, because someone is energetically keeping you apart. If your ex reconciles with you, then there will be things said about them. So has someone got a hold over them where they're going to talk some shit about them, okay, which will end up in bankruptcy. Now, bankruptcy is a very strong word, but the energy's there that something will go wrong, okay. So that is your challenge. That is the challenge in this connection at the moment. But let me see what this other person's opinions are. I always find this is such a shame. I always find this energy sad when two people who have separated, okay, have done some healing, that's what I'm hearing, but they're too nervous to reconcile because so many other people have got involved. I could say, I'll say it again, it happens all the time. But, you know, and I think I certainly learned this as I got a lot older, very old now. A lot of the time it's best to say nothing. It's best to say nothing unless, you know, toxic, different. You need help, you need support. If you've been in a violent, physical, abusive relationship, get the hell out of there. And yeah, you do need support, okay? But I don't feel that is what this is about. You know, I don't feel that. I'm feeling that this other energy of these other people was difficult for you when you were actually with your person. I feel that energy was difficult. What's her opinion? Let's have a look at this other people. Oh, the Queen of Swords in reverse. There we go. This is exactly what this is about. Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, female energy. As we said earlier, possibly air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sun, Moon or Rising. The Queen of Swords in reverse is my Cruella de Vil card. Okay, very, very gossipy, malicious. One who puts people down and can't be trusted. Loss, misery, bitter. Now, this card is absolutely the card of somebody who will give you advice based on their own perceptions of life. Okay, we all have a bias. I have it, you have it, we all have it, depending on our subconscious, our conditioning. We will always, whether we want to admit it or not, you know, advice based on that. Now, this person, this female energy, is bitter. They've either had a relationship that's gone wrong, or they've lost out, or they've been cheated on. Okay, they are the everlasting victim. And instead of just thinking, you know what, things happen, and they've closed their heart down. All right, they don't want you to reconcile. Oh my God, no. They don't want anyone to be happy. You know, this is the person who's coming between you and your ex. Even if your ex has gone into a third party romantic relationship, it's not that. But I feel that you know this. I feel that this person caused arguments, caused fights, talked a load of crap, you know, and you always felt like they wanted to be, anything you did, they would always even covertly put down, you know, and they would always name drop. I'm hearing that if you were out and about, or they thought they could outshine you, you know, or this energy of, oh, well, I've got this and I've just bought that, and, you know, they were always trying to put you down. Now, your ex, going back to these cards, is still kissing their ass. You know, it's a blunt deck. Hopefully you can say that on YouTube, but there you go. That's what's going on, all right? And this is what they're frightened of. This is what they're frightened of. Now, I'll say it again. It doesn't necessarily mean bankruptcy, but it means there will be problems, and enough problems for your ex at the moment to be standing on the sidelines. Your ex is miserable. They are miserable without you. They don't want to be where they are, but boy, they have got themselves into a corner, okay? Because the Queen of Swords in the reverse is not a nice person. And it is a person because it's a court card, okay? And for me, it is mainly, I'm getting a female energy, or somebody who identifies as more female, feminine type of energy. But this person's not feminine. They're as hard as nails. If they're not happy, no one's happy, all right? If they're not happy, no person is going to be happy, because they can be caustic. They think their truth is the only truth, and they play mind games. They've got very, very sharp with their words, very cutting, very unkind, okay? They're not stupid. They're relatively, you know, what is intelligence? That's another label we put on people, isn't it? But they're very quick with their words, okay? Very, very quick with their words. But they would have no hesitation linking that energy into that bankruptcy to cause massive problems for your ex. Let me have one more on their opinion, or you know, what they think of yours and your ex's relationship. Right, they feel that your ex has moved on, that they would be better off with somebody else, or stay where they are, I'm hearing. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, this other person does feel that your ex is definitely better off on their own, doing their own thing, possibly status, freedom, okay? But this is where it gets weird today. This is where it's weird. Your ex isn't free. They're not independent, and they're not thriving. They're in that gilded cage. Okay, with this card today, this sort of like Nine of Pentacles, On the outside, yes, they appear to be in a relatively okay position, but your ex's happiness is dependent on that they do as they are told, or keep up this charade that they don't love you anymore, but they do love you. It's a charade. Okay? The person, the air sign, the Queen of Swords, Cruella, let's call her Cruella, has offered all of this stuff and has helped, but your person is now effectively trapped. You know when you meet someone, let me give you an example. Okay, just an example. And it looks like they've got everything, okay? But then you find out that they're feeling very trapped and they don't have access to a card, or they couldn't leave if they wanted to because they don't have access to the banks, or they don't know where the money is. It's that sort of energy, and it's coming at a very heavy price. Okay, let me see what your ex would like to say. They're going to come back in. I'll have a look and see if I can get a timing, or what's going to trigger them, I keep hoping to bump into you everywhere I go. All right, so someone's hoping to bump into you. I'm ready for commitment. There's going to be a tower moment, you know. I sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. You'd had enough. You saw through all of this crap. You'd had enough. This whole situation took you to the end. I should have fought for you. There you go. Yeah. This whole mess, and they didn't fight for you, okay? I just heard they left you crying in a corner whilst these other person just made you look stupid. They didn't support you. They didn't defend you, okay? Like they should have done. They listen to other people's opinions. Let's see when this is going to happen. Right, they're going to, I feel, have a particular event that completely shatters this illusion, okay? They're going to get to a point where they're just so totally miserable that they can't do it anymore. Now, timing-wise, I'm going to tell you the truth. With this card, I feel it could be from November, December, January. It's more the winter, okay? They are going to come back in, and they're going to say that they want to compromise with you and they want to end the conflict. But more than that, before we wrap this up, they are going to see straight through this situation. They are going to see that this other person had the agenda, okay? And that somebody has been, they're going to realise that you were bullied and that you were deceived, okay? And also that you sacrificed so much. Let's just have a couple of these before we wrap this up. You just keep doing you. If this is you and this is your energy, just keep doing you, okay? And just tell yourself, yeah, it's working out. Because I promise you, but this can be difficult, because changing the story from this can be difficult. If you change the story, you can have this person back and they will come in exactly whatever you think they're thinking about you, and the situation will be reflected back to you, okay? Let's just see, I love you unconditionally. Now, if this is what you want, just say to yourself, you don't have to believe it, trust me, I've done this, okay? You just say to yourself, they love me unconditionally, they adore me, they're obsessed with me. And that's it, okay? You don't have to believe it. If you just say it and know it, even if all out here nothing's happening, just ignore it. It's old news, okay? It's old news. One more, please. I wish I could take back my words. Yeah, I think the words they wish they could take back is that they didn't support you. They didn't stand up for you. Okay, they regret that massively. So I'll leave that with you, but just remember, you are perfect, you are amazing, you are irresistible, irreplaceable and unforgettable. Okay, you are absolutely perfect, you are the best, and you are always chosen, always. Okay, always tell yourself that every single day, even if you're doing it through tears. Just keep going, okay, because you've got this. This person still loves you very, very much. Change the story. Go to the end and see yourselves back together and all of this. These people don't exist anymore. Okay, they're on a different timeline. So look after yourself and just remember, put yourself on that pedestal, okay?